Friends, today we are about to uncover another hidden secret, a mystery buried deep within what appears to be a simple, ordinary coin. A 1951 wheat penny with a D mint mark, a coin that may have quietly rested in an old drawer, passed unnoticed through countless hands, or even sat forgotten in a childhood piggy bank, yet within it lies a story so powerful, so layered with history, that once you truly understand it, you will never look at it the same way again. This is not just a coin, it is a silent witness of time, a metallic fragment of an era that holds within it the echoes of post-war America, the economic shifts, the human effort behind its creation, and the subtle imperfections that transform it from something ordinary into something extraordinary. Because for most people, this penny was nothing more than loose change, a tool for everyday transactions, but for collectors, for those who observe closely and think deeply, it is a hidden treasure, a mystery waiting to be revealed. A story that connects us directly to the year 1951, a time when the world was still recovering from the impact of war, industries were evolving, and even the smallest objects like coins carried the weight of history within them. And it is in these small details, the faint scratches, the slight discoloration of metal, the barely visible variations in design, that the true value of this coin begins to emerge. Because every mark on its surface is not just damage, it is evidence, a clue, a whisper from the past telling us where this coin has been, whose hands it has passed through, and how it has survived the passage of decades. And this is where the suspense begins to build, because you start to realize that this small, seemingly insignificant 1951 D wheat penny may not be as ordinary as it appears, that within its metal composition, its minting process, and its tiny imperfections lies the potential for something far greater, something that collectors around the world are constantly searching for, because sometimes it is these very coins, the ones that look the most ordinary, that end up being the most valuable, commanding prices in auctions that can reach into the tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and suddenly, the idea that this coin could be hiding in plain sight becomes both thrilling and mysterious, because it forces us to question how many such treasures might still exist, unnoticed, overlooked, waiting for someone with a keen eye and a curious mind to discover their true worth. And this is exactly what makes the 1951 D wheat penny so fascinating, because it is not just about its age or its design, it is about the story it carries, the hidden uniqueness within it, and the possibility that it might hold secrets that only a few people in the world truly understand. Friends, when we take a closer look at this 1951 D wheat penny, we begin to see that its significance goes far beyond its surface appearance, because this coin was minted during a time when America was transitioning into a new phase of growth and stability after the war, a time when industries were expanding, technology was advancing, and yet the process of minting coins still required immense human effort, precision, and attention to detail. And imagine for a moment the workers at the Denver Mint, standing beside powerful machines, handling metal blanks, carefully striking each coin, never realizing that decades later, one of these very pennies could become a prized possession for a collector, a rare piece of history that carries within it not just economic value but emotional and historical significance. And it is in these small human moments, these unnoticed efforts, that the true story of the coin begins to unfold, because every slight variation in the metal, every tiny imperfection on the edge, every subtle difference in the strike is a result of real human actions, real conditions, real moments in time, and this is what transforms the coin into something much more than just currency. It becomes a historical artifact, a tangible connection to the past, and when collectors examine such a coin, they are not just looking at its design, they are analyzing its story, trying to understand what makes it different, what sets it apart from thousands of others that were minted in the same year. Because the truth is, not all 1951 D wheat pennies are the same. Some carry unique characteristics, rare minting errors, or unusual details that can dramatically increase their value, and these are the coins that create excitement in the collector's world, because they represent something rare, something special, something that exists in limited numbers. And this rarity is what drives the thrill of collecting, the idea that you might be holding something that only a few people in the world possess, something that could be worth far more than its face value. And this is where the mystery deepens, because identifying these rare variations is not easy. It requires knowledge, patience, and a sharp eye, and even then, sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones that hide their uniqueness in the smallest details, details that can easily be overlooked by an untrained observer. And this is what makes the journey of discovering such a coin so exciting, because it is not just about luck, it is about observation, curiosity, and the willingness to look beyond the obvious. Friends, another fascinating aspect of the 1951 D wheat penny lies in its design, a design that at first glance may seem simple, yet upon closer inspection reveals a level of detail and craftsmanship that is truly remarkable. On the front side, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of leadership and history, with fine lines and subtle features that can sometimes carry tiny imperfections or variations. And on the reverse side, the iconic wheat stalks, representing growth and prosperity, a design that has become one of the most recognizable in American coinage. And it is within these details that collectors often find clues, because even the smallest variation in the design, a slight doubling of letters, a faint extra line, or a minor misalignment during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable one, and these are the details that create suspense. Because they are not always immediately visible, they require careful examination, sometimes even magnification, to truly understand what makes a particular coin unique, and this process of discovery is what makes coin collecting so engaging, because it is not just about owning coins, it is about uncovering their stories, understanding their history, and recognizing their hidden value. And when a collector finally identifies a rare variation in a 1951 wheat penny, it is a moment of excitement, a realization that they have found something special, something that stands out from the rest. And this is what drives the passion of collectors, the constant search for that one coin that holds a unique story, a hidden detail, a rare feature that sets it apart. And this is why even today, decades after these coins were minted, they continue to attract attention, to create curiosity, and to inspire people to look more closely at the coins they might otherwise ignore. Friends, as we go even deeper into the mystery of the 1951 wheat penny, we begin to understand that its true value is not just in its rarity or its potential price at auction, but in the story it tells, a story that connects us to a specific moment in time, a moment when this coin was created, circulated, and eventually preserved, because every coin carries a journey, a path that it has traveled through the years, passing from one person to another, being used in countless transactions, and somehow surviving long enough to become a collectible item. And when we hold such a coin in our hands, we are not just holding metal, we are holding history, we are holding a piece of someone's life, a fragment of a story that has unfolded over decades, and this realization adds a layer of emotional depth to the coin, making it more than just an object, turning it into something meaningful, something that resonates with us on a deeper level. And this is what makes the 1951 wheat penny so special, because it reminds us that history is not just found in books or monuments, it is hidden in everyday objects, in things that we might overlook, in coins that we might consider ordinary, yet within them lies a world of stories, a world of mystery, a world of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. And this is the true magic of coin collecting, the ability to see beyond the surface, to recognize the extraordinary within the ordinary, and to uncover the secrets that have been hidden in plain sight all along.